Well, pretty gracious concession speech there from Tony Abbott as he bows out after 25 years, extraordinary years in the federal parliament, including a period as Prime Minister, of course, as well. He did say there that after what we saw in the Wentworth by-election last year, when Kerryn Phelps won as an independent, he knew that it was going to be tough there in Warringah. Hang on a minute.
Disappointment here cloud your satisfaction and joy at what's happening elsewhere in the country. This is a good night for Australia. It's a great night for the Liberal Party. It's a good night for Australia. It's a great night for the Liberal Party. That means it's got to be a great night for us as well.
All right, we'll leave that there. He's giving a rev up to the folks there to give them something to celebrate. The reason I say it was gracious was because he really focused on what's the good thing about tonight for the Liberal Party, for the coalition. That's that there is every chance, in his word, that the LNP has won this election. We don't know that yet. We'll get back to the count in a minute, but he's focusing on the positive there for the party rather than his own disappointment. Peta Credlin, I've got to get your thoughts right there watching Tony Abbott, who you worked so closely with, concede. This is it, the end of the road.
That's the measure of the man. I mean, that was such a masterclass in dignity and grace. You know, tough blow, losing your seat. John Howard lost his seat. It's not unusual for Liberal Prime Ministers to lose their seat. He was very gracious to Zali Steggall, very gracious to her campaign, and it has been her campaign, not her, but her campaign certainly been less than ideal, certainly not, you know, the rules according to Hoyle. He's a conviction politician that sort of belongs in another age nowadays. You know, we talked about Hawke in the last couple of days. Abbott is one of those people who feels very deeply that public office should be something, as Australians, we should better revere. We should treat all politicians, left and right, with a better treatment as public in public domains, how we greet them on the street, how we respect their convictions, because Richard's here and Stephen Conroy and Graham Richardson, it's a very tough ask on the individual, on their families, and it should be a contest of ideas. It shouldn't be faeces in books. It shouldn't be personal campaigns.
Correct.
It shouldn't be the C word on posters. And I just think anyone who has supported him throughout those 25 years, you look at that speech tonight and you know you supported a good man.
Just, I've got to ask though, I mean, he acknowledges there, and knew it would be tough after what happened in Wentworth. You know, I'm sure some will say, should he have gone after losing the Prime Ministership? Was he the best candidate to put up there in Warringah? Now, no one was clearly... I don't think they had the pre-selection meeting and there was an empty chair. We're willing to knock him off per se, but was it the right thing to do to stick around and contest Warringah, given all this?
I could go back to 2009. It would have been a good idea when Malcolm Turnbull lost the leadership. He should have left the parliament as he intended then. I think this would have been a very different decade if Malcolm Turnbull had left when he said he was leaving rather than stay and keep going in politics. No one has a rearview mirror, David. I think that, as he said, he didn't want to be a quitter. He's prepared to lose, and he's got a thick skin. If nothing else can be said about Tony Abbott, the stuff that gets thrown at him, very personal attacks. Interestingly, Margie was there tonight. I mean, people at home might not know. She couldn't go to the booths today for fear of all the personal attacks. She couldn't vote with her husband after 25 years. Great that she was there tonight. Great the rest of his family was. And congratulations on an outstanding career.
Well, Alan Jones watching there as well.